So where to go dumpster diving? My absolute favorite place to go is business parks and industrial areas like you see behind me, where you've got dozens of dumpsters that are all clustered in one area. And the fact that they're warehouses means they're gonna throw out a lot more inventory at one time than just like a onesie twosie return you might get at like a retail plaza. Just Google your city business park, your city industrial park, or just go on Google Maps, look at the satellite view and find where the warehouses are all clustered together, and that's where you wanna go. So retail plazas like this can be great too. There's, again, a lot of dumpsters in a small amount of space, and a lot of these stores will throw out their returns. So you'll find that kind of stuff in the dumpsters that you can resell or reuse. If they have displays, they go through a lot of different product displays that they're always tossing and getting rid of. So that's another thing that you can find as well. So if you see a roll-off dumpster like you see behind me, you should always stop and take a look. When places have a dumpster like this, it means they're throwing out a ton of stuff. There's been multiple occasions where I found multiple thousands of dollars worth of stuff in a dumpster like this. And by definition, it's not gonna be locked because it's an open top. A lot of people say, oh, the dumpsters around me are always locked. Well, these dumpsters aren't. So it's always worth it to take a look. So companies will write off entire pallets of inventory and just throw them in a dumpster. Or a construction company will be rehabbing a building and they'll go through dozens of these in a month. The bottom line is that these companies see this as waste, as something that has no value, and that's where we can take advantage of their ignorance. We're even going to be saving these companies money because they pay based on the amount of material that they throw out. So that's why dumpster diving saves everybody money. It saves them money, we can make a little bit of money from it, and it's all good. Where not to dive. Definitely stay away from restaurant dumpsters. They've usually got a grease trap outside. They're nasty. You're not gonna find anything. Just skip them, don't even check. If you see a roll-off container like the one behind me that's full of metal, then that's a scrap metal dumpster, and you don't wanna take anything from that because the business that's disposing of the metal is actually getting paid for it. So we make money dumpster diving in 3 ways: reselling on eBay, selling bulkier items on Facebook Marketplace, and turning in scrap metal. eBay is by far the biggest profit share of our dumpster diving profits. It's very easy to look up a part number or scan a UPC code with the eBay app, sort by sold listings, and then you have a sales history and a price history for that item. If you do have sales history for an item, you're virtually guaranteed to sell it as long as you price it right. And the eBay app also makes it very simple to post items. Find the item that you want to sell, click sell one like this, put your pictures in, snap a few pictures, and list it. Generally, I can list an item within 5 minutes. eBay definitely one of our biggest avenues for making money dumpster diving. We use Facebook Marketplace for anything that is too big, bulky, or heavy to sell on eBay. Stuff like furniture and building materials. Obviously something like this, too bulky. And then like floor tiles, these things weigh like 90 pounds a box. I find a lot of these construction materials in construction dumpsters because at the end of the job, the company doesn't want to hang on to it, store it, so they just toss it all in the dumpster. We do have a kind of a canned response for all the inquiries that we get on Facebook Marketplace that'll have like our standard pickup hours, payment details, address, things like that, and we just program that as like a keyboard shortcut into our iPhone. That way we're not spending all of our time responding to messages. Another way we make money dumpster diving is turning in scrap metal for cash. It's one of the most common things we find dumpster diving, and we're not getting rich doing it, but we're there anyway, so we might as well take it. Materials wise, we've got copper wire, BX aluminum cable, some steel, some more steel over here, and then copper. You do have advantages if you have a truck to collect some of the bigger stuff, but even if you have a small vehicle, it's worth it to take the copper and the wire. To find a place to turn it in, just Google scrapyard in wherever you live, and you should be able to find a place. If it's your first time at a scrapyard, don't be intimidated. They want you to keep coming back, so they're always very helpful in explaining what the different materials are and teaching kind of beginners how to do it because they want that business. The advantage of selling on Facebook Marketplace and scrap metal is it's all cash. And this isn't financial advice, but you're technically supposed to pay taxes on that income and report it to the IRS. and we definitely do that. So that's enough said. We will be doing deep dives on all three of these things: scrap metal, Facebook Marketplace, and eBay. So subscribe now so you don't miss out on those videos. Consistency is key. If you want to find a lot of stuff dumpster diving, you got to check a lot of dumpsters. Kind of a no-brainer, but I challenge you the first time you go out to check at least 40 dumpsters. It sounds like a lot, but if you stick with the strategies I talked about earlier in this video, then you can hit a lot quickly. Just in this plaza, there's 6 different dumpsters that you can check in a couple of minutes. So check those 40 dumpsters, then come back 3 days later, check it again, and do that every 3 days for a month. And what you'll do is you'll weed out the ones where you'll never find anything. It's just office trash, but you'll find 3 or 4 that are like gems. They're good places to stop. So now when you go back out, you only stop at those 3 or 4 places. And you keep iterating on this. You choose another 40 or 60 dumpsters in the same area, and eventually you'll have 15 to 20 dumpsters that you can go hit in an hour or 2 and consistently find stuff. So you're gonna find more stuff in less time, and just keep branching out to different areas of where you live. And basically I just set up what I call routes. 3 days a week, I'll go out and I'll hit one route one day, one route the next, one route later in the week, and consistently find good stuff. And if you stick with this kind of routine, you can get there too. So when to go and what to bring. Personally, I'll go any time of the day or night. I don't mind if there's other people out during their work day. I find that most people just mind their own business. The only one that's going to confront you is like a manager or an owner. If you do want to avoid people, you can go very early before the business is open, after 5 p.m. when most businesses closed, at night, or on the weekends. What to bring? If you wear like a high-vis vest, people will just assume that you belong there, so they're pretty cheap if you want to pick one up. A picker tool, which I forgot to bring. It's easy to just reach in the dumpster with that and grab stuff. You don't have to hop in. And then, of course, work gloves. What not to do. If somebody approaches you and asks you to leave while you're dumpster diving, just do what they ask and leave. It's really not worth getting in some kind of confrontation or escalating the situation. I found that if they are upset, if you stay calm and just say, oh, I was just looking for some scrap metal, or I was looking for boxes, then it's gonna bring their agitation level down, and they might still be asking you to leave, but they're not, upset anymore. Then even able to flip those situations around and have somebody opening up the back door and giving me a pile of scrap metal. And then don't make a mess when you dumpster dive. It just makes a bad name for anybody else who dumpster dives. It's the most likely scenario where a business owner is gonna lock a dumpster. They don't want people making a mess. It's something they have to clean up, so it makes sense that they would lock it. I would even suggest if somebody else has made a big mess, take 5 minutes and clean it up. Is this legal? That's the most common question that I get in my videos, and the answer is a bit gray. It's gonna depend on where you live, your city, state, county, and if it is illegal, it's like how jaywalking is illegal. Very lightly enforced by cops who have a lot better stuff to do. Personally, I've had cops roll up on me 4 times in the decade that I've been dumpster diving, and each time they just wanted to make sure that I wasn't dumping material, which actually happens quite a lot. Once they realized that I was taking stuff out, not putting stuff in, they just moved right along. And same goes for not being confrontational when it comes to any encounters with the police as well, obviously. Most dumpsters are going to be on private property, so there's the issue of trespassing to cover. Some people will say that you have to be trespassed, meaning you have to be asked to leave, and then if you come back, then you can be charged with trespassing. I've had the complete opposite experience with a trespassing charge completely unrelated to dumpster diving. The cop just wrote us a ticket without any warning. So it's a risk that you'll have to weigh yourself, but I think it's a minor one. And any trespassing charge is most likely going to be like a appearance ticket, like a speeding ticket. The one I paid was $175, and I can make that in a day or 2 of dumpster diving easy. So why do I want to teach other people how to do this? Because there's so much waste out there, and whatever I pull out of a dumpster is just a drop in the bucket. But if I can teach a few dozen people or a few hundred people how to do this, then that's a much larger impact. And it's not just about waste either. We pay our mortgage with this. We've paid to fix our furnace. We've gone on vacation with money we've made dumpster diving. And I'm actually transitioning into this full-time dumpster diving and making content like this because it's worth it to try to teach people how to do it. And if I can help people get out of their 9 to 5 and get outside and reduce waste, I mean, it's a really worthy cause. So you stuck around this far, congratulations. Now you know how to dumpster dive. You know where to go, where not to go, how to sell what you find, and that consistency is the most important part of this process. It's just like any other skill, the more you do it, the better that you'll get. So what are you waiting for? Go dumpster diving and let me know what you find in the comments. All right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we got our shot. That was good. Three ways selling on eBay. I need like 10 minutes. Thanks. Fuck, it's behind a fence.